Alright guys, we are back. So if you've been following me over on Instagram, you've probably seen I've been all over the place the last week. I was down at Myrtle Beach for World's Strongest Man last week. Booked it back on Friday to work the Rainier Classic all weekend, which went so well. That show was so great. I love being part of that every year. We just finished that last night. That was a really long weekend. We are back to real life, back to normal training, and I am so excited to be back in the gym. I feel like I haven't trained seriously in a really long time. I haven't really trained hard since before the Arnold Columbus. Then I got hurt at that show. I couldn't really train for a little bit. I was back on program for a block, but I couldn't use my arm very much, so I was kind of limited in what I can do and how hard we can push. And then I was kind of in a transition period. I'm actually kind of transitioning between coaches right now, so there were a couple weeks there that I didn't have a program because it didn't make sense to start something up knowing that I was going to be out of town all of last week, helping with Rainier this weekend, unable to train. So there was like a 2-week gap there where if you've been following along, you kind of saw some of the shenanigans that I was doing with the other coaches here. That was a really good time. But now we are back on program. We're ready to work and get back to like serious training, serious prep for contests. Still kind of trying to figure out what that contest schedule looks like. Waiting to hear on a few things before deciding on anything for sure. Have a few things decided, but ultimately right now we're just kind of getting back into it. So it has been a while. I haven't done really anything heavy recently, so we are easing back into it. I have squats today. Nothing is heavy though. I think I've got some 5s on squats, and then I've got some pause squats, some leg accessories, and then a little bit of abs and grip at the end, if I remember correctly. So it doesn't really look too bad. This is my first day working with Loz. I'm really excited just to try something new, freshen it up, get some new perspective, new direction. And yeah, I think it's going to be good. For the first time in a long time, due to a lot of things, I'm just excited to train. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for the process. So looking forward to new things. Nothing about today looks exciting on paper, but I just feel good being here. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to not feel small and weak and lazy anymore because I'm feeling a little bit scrawny right now because it's been a while. So I'm gonna go start warming up. I'm gonna get on the treadmill for a little bit, start moving. I'm going to run through my shoulder mobility routine that I posted a couple weeks ago, that mobility with Shervin. I've been implementing that almost every day as much as I can, and it's helping a ton. It takes me a while to get through right now because I'm being really deliberate and intentional about it. I'm spending a lot of time because I really want to get that front rack position really comfortable, so I'm going to spend about 45 minutes on that first, and then I'll meet you back here when it's time to warm up for some squats. Alright, so I just finished up my shoulder warm-ups, and of course I forgot my microphones today. I plugged them in this morning and I told myself not to forget them, and that's exactly what happened. So I won't actually be able to talk to you while I'm doing my warm-ups, but I'm going to go through some lizard lunges, some running man, some dead bugs, and then kind of feel out how things are feeling, see if I need to add anything else in, but then we'll probably go straight into squats from those. So. right, so that was set 1. It actually felt like it moved pretty well. My SI joint's feeling a little bit sticky, not painful, but a little stuck. So I did spend a little bit more time on warm-up sets than I normally would, but that for my first set felt like it moved pretty well. Positions actually feel really good today. I know it's not super heavy, but I'm happy with how the movement is feeling and moving. A little bit of that SI joint stickiness again, but I was able to work out most of that in my warm-up, so looking good. I got 5 sets of 5 here at 260 with 3 to 4 minutes of rest in between, so I'm gonna bust those out. I'll meet you back here for the last set of this. All right, so that was last set of squats. Again, the weight was pretty light, but even still, I'm really happy with how those felt. They felt really easy, and it was actually kind of hard to adhere to the rest sets because I wanted to just go faster, but I was good. I did wait a full 3 minutes in between each because that's what was written. But yeah, those felt really good. A little bit of a sticking point in the middle, not super noticeable. Like watching the video, it looked fine. I just felt a little bit sticky in the middle of the movement, but I'm really, really happy with those. So going on, we have a little bit more squats. We have 3 sets of 5 pause squats, quite a bit lighter. We're going down to 190, which is very, very light. But I like pause squats a lot. So emphasis today, since the weight is pretty light, I'm gonna put extra attention into maintaining tension at the bottom of the movement, giving it a good solid pause without any sort of like relaxing into it. And be really intentional about making it leggy on the way up. That's what I'm gonna focus on since the weight's pretty light. So we're gonna do 3 sets there. I'll probably show you guys set 2 of that, and then we'll regroup afterwards. All right, so that's a wrap on squats. Pause squats felt really good too. Not crazy weight, but quite a few sets, lots of reps, lots of like positional practice, and I'm really happy with how the movement is feeling. So really good start there. Excited to push that over the next couple weeks. Moving on to some accessories. It's not a super crazy day. I've got like extensions and curls. I think 5 sets of 10 on the extensions, and then the curls are like dropping in weight, ending with a drop set. So those should be pretty tough by the end. And then ending with some abs and grip work. So I'll hang out with you guys for 1 or 2 sets of those, but like I said, not too crazy of a day. So we'll finish this out and chat a little bit at the end. All right, so I think I got it backwards in the last clip when I said what exercises were which. So we're starting with leg curls. We have 5 sets of 10 here. I've done 4 of those sets. Intention today is on really focusing on just pulling with the hamstring, not using momentum, not just moving the weight no matter what, but really focusing on that mind-muscle connection, controlling the movement, pulling with the hamstring to create the movement throughout the entire range of motion. They're feeling pretty good. My hamstrings are very pumped. Not super crazy on weight today. I got directions to keep it at like an RPE 8 or 9, so not like truly like failure type weights. The last set, I was a little bit unhappy with the range of motion I was getting as I was getting fatigued, so I have brought the weight down a little bit. We're on our last set here, set of 10, being really intentional about the movement. Let's finish it out. Alright, so on our last set of leg extensions, we've done a set of 20, 15, 12. Again, same intention with like the mind-muscle connection, really actively pulling from the quad instead of just going through the movement and using momentum. So being really intentional about that. We've ended up using the same weight for every set, even though the reps are decreasing, fatigue is going up, so the same weight has been appropriate for each set. We're staying the same weight for the starting cluster for the drop set here. We got 3 sets of 10 decreasing in weight, or 3 clusters of 10, I guess, for a drop set. So we're gonna finish it out there. One cue that really helps me on my leg extensions, that keeps it really, really quaddy, is thinking about pulling my femurs into my hip socket. So you'll see me with my hands kind of on my leg, pulling back a little bit to give myself a little bit of external proprioceptive feedback to pull my femurs into my hip sockets, and that really helps get a lot of good quad activation. So we're gonna do our last set here, 10, 10, 10, drop set. All right, 2 more exercises on the program. We have decline crunches and behind the back barbell holds. I'll probably only film the crunches here, just so I don't have to set up the camera back and forth a bunch of times. But the behind the back barbell hold is pretty simple. You just pick up a barbell behind your back and hold it. It's a grip exercise. I think we're doing sets of 30 seconds there with 220 pounds. We'll see how that feels. And then I just realized we don't really have a great decline crunch setup here at Dungeon, like with the things to hold your feet. So I'm gonna use an incline bench and lay on it backwards. It'll be a little bit harder because I'll have to like hamstring curl kind of to hold myself on the bench. I just did a little practice round and it's a little bit trickier, but I think doable. So we're gonna do our decline crunches here. Probably not weighted today because we don't have a great setup, but I'll figure something else out for next week. The behind the back barbell hold, 3 rounds of each, and then we'll be done for the day. All right, so that's a wrap on today. I'm really, really happy with that. Again, it wasn't really anything crazy today. The weights were pretty light, but I feel good about how things are moving, how things are feeling, the positions. I got some good feedback on my squats that they were looking great, so happy about that. Happy with the movement quality, broke a little bit of a sweat, and it just feels good to be back in here and working towards something, have some structure. Yeah, have a little bit of direction again. I've been feeling a little bit aimless the past couple weeks. It was a nice mental break to kind of just have some fun, do things that I enjoy. But I was getting a little bit antsy, and it feels good to be back to training and not just like going through the motions, but really excited to be here again. It's a good feeling. So again, that was day 1 of week 1. Block 1, new program, new coach, new direction, new everything. So don't entirely know where this year is going to end up. Like I said, we're still waiting to hear on a couple things, but overall, I'm kind of excited for the unknown right now. I think I've always had a really clear direction, like a clear next step for most of my strongwoman journey, and I'm kind of at a point now where I get to choose my path. And I was kind of scared and intimidated by that at first, and now I'm kind of finding some enjoyment in possibility. So that's cool. So super excited to start working with Loz. He's been great so far. Really have enjoyed just the communication style and working with him, albeit very briefly at this point, but I'm looking forward to that relationship and moving forward with all of this and seeing what we can do together. So As always, let me know what you thought. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. It really makes a big difference. I appreciate you guys being here, supporting this journey with me. I'm going to try to be really consistent about sharing what I'm doing with you guys, probably once a week, kind of like how I was doing the last block. I'm not going to vlog all of my training the way that I did for Arnold Prep, but I want to bring you along a little bit on the journey and keep you involved in my training and what we're doing. So once I have a little bit more direction about contests and all that stuff, I'll let you guys know on that too. But for now, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Let me know what you want to see besides training, if anything, and appreciate you guys. Bye.